Welcome to this episode of the DJ Interview with your host, Harry the Big Dog.
What is up, everyone? What is up? Harry the Big Dog here. It is the DJ Interview. It is Tuesday. We are always on Tuesdays. 8 p.m.-ish. Not always 8 o'clock, not always 9 o'clock, but 8 p.m.-ish on Tuesdays. So we got our special guest today, DJ Don Julio. Now, y'all know I get my notes, so I don't miss anything. DJ Don Julio, he is from the Oakland Bay Area, and he's been doing his thing since he was 16 years old. That means he's been in the business a little over 35 years. I ain't gonna tell his age. I'll let him tell that. But, then some things happen, and that's what we'll get into. What happened to him and how he is overcoming. Let me just bring this dude on because this story is going to be so dope. DJ Don Julio, what's going on, my brother?
Salute, Harry. How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. Yes, we got our peoples on. Tony Valero, what's up?
Tony Valera, my brother. My brother.
We got Jason Hodge. What's up, Jason? We got DJ Don, that's you.
Yeah, I'm chatting at the same time.
He's chatting at the same time. Okay, you can say what's up to yourself.
Right?
Tony Valera saying he loves you, bro, and he knows your story. He's one of the inspirations why I wanted to get you on here. He talked about you when we did our interview, and he talked about you so well, and I just wanted to get you on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Tony Valera is a big inspiration,
Yes.
That guy he's actually one of my favorite DJs from the beginning.
Wait, you told me that the same thing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh, we got my under the table guy in the chat room too, Michael Padilla, DJ Blaine.
Yes. We got to get him on one day.
Yeah.
So reach out, definitely.
We got my wonderful sister, the real Thai Tiger.
The real Thai Tiger in the building. Tony says, "Don't start crying, you big baby."
Yeah, they know I'm a sensitive guy.
We got 5'9" Juice in the building. What's going on? So let's get this thing going. Don Julio, let everybody know your government name if you want. And we already know your DJ name, but then how you got started in this DJ business. At what age?
Well, let me give you my government name. Most of you will see my picture at the post office. My name is Julio de la Cruz, born in Mexico, raised in Oakland, California, since I was 6 months old, and I became a fan of DJing at the age of 13.
Wow.
And most people don't know, other than Tony and Mike, that I grew up listening to Tony Valera.
Wow.
And what's
That
crazy is
is,
that the people he worked for, his co-workers, the Glenn Aries, the Alex Mejia, I didn't listen to them. It was only Tony Valera, because I used to work at the age of 13, and when I got off work at 5, the first thing I turned my radio on to was the 5 o'clock traffic jam with Tony Valera.
nice. So you've known of him for a long time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And just before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget, I miss seeing your face, Tony.
Big shout out to Tony. He is a dope dude. We had an interview and I listened to it the other day, and it was dope. But we're gonna have a dope one. So tell us this journey you went on. You started at the age of 13 enjoying the DJ. When did you decide to, either purchase a turntable or turntables or get on somebody else's?
Well, at 13 years old, like I said, I started working. I grew up listening to Tony Valera, Michael Erickson, Cameron Paul, but it was mainly Tony Valera. But I love what Cameron Paul was doing with the music and DJing. And at 15, I said, man, I want to do the same thing. And I had some friends that I grew up with that they also wanted to do the DJ stuff.
Right.
So one of my friends invested in 2 turntables. We all pitched in for a mixer, a Newmark mixer, a Radio Shack Realistic mixer first before the Newmark. We didn't have a real big powered amp. It was a house amp, Pioneer. So we bought turntables and we started buying vinyl this, vinyl that, all kinds of music. I grew up listening to freestyle, and that's because of Tony Valera.
Okay. So I'm sure you're familiar with my homegirl, Angel from the Cover Girls.
Yes. Yes.
That's my sister right there.
Okay.
So your turntables, the records you've been buying. Now, all of it started in the New York area. What type of music did you guys have there in the Bay Area or Oakland?
Well, I listened to a lot of old school, a lot of New York stuff. So I grew up listening to EPMD, LL Cool J, Run DMC. I grew up listening to all them. I was breakdancing during that time too.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, nice. So you're breakdancing and DJing?
Funny, I'm gonna tell you a story. I had a gig. Me and my buddy had a gig. We took our stereos, our turntables, and everything that we needed, and our vinyl, linoleum. We took our linoleum with us wherever we went, because we used to DJ in the backyard. So we laid down our vinyl and start breakdancing. I mean, we're doing suicides, we're doing spins on your heads, we're doing the floors, we're doing everything.
Wow.
And DJing, playing music. So we will alternate, He'll do a 30-minute set, I'll do a 30-minute set. At the 30-minute set, we'll do 30 minutes of breakdancing and 30 minutes of music.
Nice. So who was better at breakdancing and DJing at that time? You?
I'm not gonna say anything. Hey, I'm a pop mom caller.
Oh yeah. So now, your inspirations from the Run DMC to all the old school, how did you ultimately start buying those records? Did you play those records out there?
My first record was actually Run DMC. my Adidas. Because we used to have Adidas and wear the shoelaces, those thick shoelaces, just
The
like
fat
this.
shoelaces.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and
Nice.
it's crazy because it was Run DMC that we grew up with. I grew up with EPMD, MC Shan, Mixmaster Ice, UTFO, all those cats. All my
Nice.
favorite artists, you know.
So, were there any local artists in where were you at in Oakland at the
Oakland.
time?
At that
Were
time, it
there?
was we're looking at in my later teenage years, it was MC Hammer,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It was Too Short, and then we had Digital Underground,
Okay.
you know. So
Okay. Sweet. So now, did you end up going overseas? Anything? Were you just a strictly local area DJ? Did you go out of Oakland?
man, the furthest I traveled was Cal Poly.
For
Cal Poly.
everybody who don't know where that is.
That's in California. It's a college that a buddy of mine was attending. I did a college. It was a dorm party.
Okay.
Crazy. Let me tell you, my first dorm party. Of course, the drinking. I'm a minor, not drinking. Right. I'm spinning. They're all acting a fool. My first college gig was at Cal Poly with my friends.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm talking about crazy, man. I never went to college, so just to experience that type of crowd inside a college dorm,
Right.
man, I'm like, oh man, I should have went to college. I think I would have got arrested.
Now I see directly behind you, you have Prince Ice there.
Yes,
Where
sir.
where is he in this chat? Prince Ice. Somebody tell Prince Ice to come on so he can see his own creation in the background.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'll be there so you can see that I still have it. You know, I got to represent him. You know.
Yeah, I got one too. I couldn't open it. I need two more because I couldn't open that one because he tagged it and signed it already.
Yeah, exactly. No, that stays right here.
Nice. Nice. So tell us your journey from after you start doing the college. I don't know if you did that one party with the college or did you start doing a lot of them, but tell us that journey.
Well, I did that one college thing, and then
Mhm.
while I was in high school, I went to Fremont High in Oakland,
Okay.
but I also went to Calvin Simmons, used to be Hamilton in Oakland, for junior
Okay.
high. So the junior high school lunchtime, I used to go at lunch and DJ. No Sherwin Vegas, no big speakers, house speakers,
House speakers.
pioneers. Because you know I couldn't afford it at that young age. So you know what?
Right.
We'll take some house speakers. So I'm in the lunch at the junior high, DJing while everybody's eating,
Mm-hmm.
just playing music. And then I started doing house parties for friends, and then
Oh,
gradually start doing more events. You know, little weddings here and there,
okay.
sweet 15s, sweet 16s.
Now, how far did you take this DJ thing? Did you kind of like make this a real side business, or was this a sometimey thing at that time?
I did it for fun to stay out of trouble.
Right,
You know, to be in the same house in the same area at home practicing, and it's the only thing my mom would actually let me do.
right.
She said, "Okay, you're playing music, you'll be okay." But little did she know.
That is right.
Yeah, so
So when when you got going, what happened to your partner that you were breakdancing with? Was he still DJing with you or not?
he actually, the guy that we all split our stuff with,
Mm-hmm.
We used to go at his backyard and practice. He had 2 Doberman pitchers. So if you wanted to practice, you had to walk by that Doberman pitchers, those dogs. And 9 times out of 10, we never went back there because of the dogs. But that
Mm-hmm.
guy, he ended up going to school, got into some bad stuff, and just moved to Mexico.
Wow.
But my other 2 buddies that I had there, they went to Cal Poly, so that's how I got the gig at the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
So they one of them still lives in Cal Poly. The other one is an engineer in LA somewhere in SoCal. 2 good buddies of mine. I still keep in contact with them on a daily basis.
Yes. That's good, bro. Now, when you started, you were on vinyl because you
All
started
vinyl.
back in the day. When did you decide to switch over to the digital, or are you still on vinyl?
No, all digital.
All digital.
Only because of my stroke. But we'll
Right.
get into that later.
And
So
we're gonna get into that
so at a
in a
young
few
age,
minutes,
I
actually.
was DJing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
me getting more involved into the music, I was loving the old school, the Lakeside, the Earth, Wind and Fires, the Evelyn Champagne Kings, the
Yeah.
SOS bands, Zap. I started playing their kind of music, started buying more vinyl. So I kept it going until I got married. I got married at the age of 22.
Okay.
So when I got married, I'm like, oh, I don't think I need this anymore. I don't have room in my house. So I gave all my vinyl. I had literally 10 crates of vinyl
Mm.
that I gave away to one of the Cal Poly friends of mine. And he kept it.
Wow.
He kept it in his house now.
Wait, you gave it to him or let him hold it at his house?
No, I gave it to him.
Oh man, you know how much that vinyl's worth right now?
But listen. I had the Monkeys on vinyl.
Mm.
The
Wow.
Monkeys on vinyl. Man, I'm so disappointed with myself.
Ah, you had some golden oldies there. Shout
Yeah.
out to Jeff for setting
BTP
this
Media
thing
Group, my
up.
brother, Blue
Yes.
Rock.
What's up, Jeff? Thank you for hooking this up. So now,
Got DJ Lou Rock in the building as well.
yes.
My brother Tommy Teresa.
Yeah,
Speaking of legends, there's another legend in the chat. DJ Glenn Ari. That's a guy that really deserves a lot of credit for what he does and for a lot of inspirations for other DJs as well.
Okay. Nice. We got to get him on here.
Oh yeah,
I know he's
he's
got a
fun.
story to tell. Everybody's
Oh, yeah.
got a story to tell. So now, you got married. Did you stop DJing, or did you just kind of, had gave your stuff away and was still DJing, borrowing your own records back?
Yeah, my interest of music was still there. I stopped DJing because I got married.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got married, I married the youngest of 12.
Okay.
So I'm married into a large family. So I gave up DJing for a couple years.
Okay.
So her family started having parties, and Mexican family, when they're parties, they're parties. It's not just 5 people or 10. It's literally like
Right.
50 or 60 to 100. And we never had a radio.
Really?
So I told my wife at the time, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the Guitar Center. I'm gonna go buy DJ stuff. So I bought CDJs, speakers, mixer, mic, everything, and did
Now,
it again.
what year are we talking? Because that equipment started coming out in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Exactly.
So
I
that's
got
the
married at
time frame.
22, so you were looking at 1992.
Okay. And you had a 7 or 8 year hiatus with the DJing.
Yeah.
Then you bought some CDJs. And this is when I'm assuming you turned into digital Serato and the whole nine, or did you use another DJ program?
So the CDJs that I bought you had to use CDs to play music.
Okay.
So what I did, I bought songs on iTunes and burned them on a CD.
Burned them.
So instead of having them on vinyl, I had all these CDs. So I had over 1,000 CDs of nothing but singles, just like a vinyl.
Nice.
So I would take out those vinyl, the the CD, and put a new one in there and keep on mixing. It was like
Nice.
it was like DJing on vinyl, but except using CDs.
Right. What were you able to, if anything, scratch, backspin, anything?
Yeah, I was still able to do all that.
Nice. So now, we're getting into the meat of this story, and what's sad and amazing at the same time. You know, you have your stroke. What year are we talking?
I had my stroke at 2016.
2016. So between the early 2000s and 2016, you're just still doing parties here and there.
Yeah, I was doing weddings, sweet 16s, quinceañeras, anniversaries. So I was doing all kinds of stuff like that. I kept busy doing DJ work.
Okay.
For pretty much, I had a gig every Friday and every Sunday.
Oh, nice.
And Saturdays will be whoever hired me. But I was kept busy 3 days out of the weekend.
So before we get to the stroke thing, how did you meet some of the DJs that's here now?
Okay, so after my stroke, Tony Valera, Mike, and all these other DJs were doing live Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I tapped into a good friend of mine, DJ Mystek, and then I followed him and all the little flyers they were doing. So I kept on logging on to everybody else's page on Instagram. So I followed every single DJ from here on and there. So they all kept saying, when are you going to get back? When are you going to get back? I said, I'm still working on things. I got to make sure I'm able to do it. Because, my left side of my ear is still not, my whole entire left side is numb.
Okay.
So the hearing on my left side is not as great. I can still hear, but it's not as great. So I said, I got to make sure I can able to hear from there.
Right.
So when everybody wanted me to get back, I said, you know what? I think I will. And the first person that called me was Tony Valera and DJ Brother Reese. They were like, brother, what do you need? What do you need us to help you with to get back? I'm like, man, it's not what I need. It's just a matter of if I'm going to be able to do it.
Right.
Because I didn't have any confidence yet to go up there live and people see me messing up and doing that, not being able to feel my left side. How am I going to be able to switch controllers? I mean, the fader button, how am I going to be able to do all that?
Right.
Because the controller is a nice little size square. You got buttons on the top right-hand corner. You got buttons on the top left-hand corner. So I got to stretch without my left hand hitting any kind of buttons.
Right.
So I'm always holding my hand. I'm actually holding my hand now just because I need to hold it.
Right. So now, when you had the stroke, how bad was it and how long were you down?
So when I had my stroke, I actually got my stroke while DJing. I was at a gig.
Wow.
So I had a gig with two big DJs here in the Bay Area, DJ Mind Motion and Chuy Gomez. So I was doing a gig with them. So I set up my stuff, which is in the upstairs. I said I needed a drink. Went downstairs to the bar, got a drink. Something started feeling funny. I thought it was just something I was out of my face.
Right.
So I went to the bathroom, put water in my face. As I was walking out, I was walking like Igor, dragging my left foot.
Ooh.
Just dragging my leg. I got to the bar area, asked for a glass of water. The bartender gave me my water. When I took a sip, right off my left side of my face.
Wow.
I'm like, oh man, something's not right. I was telling my friend that was with me at the time. I said, man, something's not right. He goes, what's wrong? He goes, I don't know. And the girl goes, take another sip. She goes, oh, you don't look right. And fortunate, there was two retired EMTs at the end of the bar. They saw me right away.
Mm-hmm.
They walked over to me. They goes, "You okay? You don't look right." I said, "I don't know." They go, "Take a sip of the water." She goes, "You're having a stroke." I said, "I ain't having no stroke." They go, "Yes, you are. Sit down." So I sat down. They called the ambulance within 5 minutes. I kid you not, within 5 minutes, the ambulance was already there.
Wow.
My blood pressure was so high that I was literally 2 minutes away from meeting my creator.
Wow.
Yeah. And during that whole time, I was telling the EMTs, I'm like, wait, I can't go nowhere. I got a DJ. I got to do a set. They're like, nah, you ain't doing a set. I said, nah, I got to do a set. They put me in the ambulance, and I'm still complaining. I got to do my set. I'm on next. You ain't doing no set today. So I was like, man, I got to do my set. I was more upset that I was going to miss doing my set than me having a stroke.
Right. So now
And
where does this you end up in the hospital? How long are you there?
so I get to the hospital. The doctors are looking at me, and they're like, your blood pressure is literally almost 300.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm like, okay, so what do we do? Can I just take some pills and just get out? And they go, nope, you're gonna have to do some rehab, some therapy. I said, all right. So I did therapy in Vallejo, which is close by, and my family was in Oakland. My older brother came to me and goes, hey, bro, the best facility will be in Vallejo. I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, let's go. He goes, but if you go there, you got to put in the work. I said, man, come on, let's do it. I'll do the work. He goes, but the only thing is also, you're not going to be able to see your family.
Mm.
You're not going to be able to see us. We're not going to be here every day. I said, you know what? That's okay. As long as I see my kids at least once a week, I'm good. I want to do the work. I want to get better. I was in the
Right.
hospital for a month and a half.
Mm. Man. Now the inspiration part of this is what you was starting to explain, how people are reaching out to you, and you wanting to get back into DJing, but didn't, I don't know if you didn't know how or didn't think you was able to. So tell that part of the story.
So when I was in the hospital, I didn't think about nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Music was not even crossing my mind. I just wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
And when I did, I stayed with my sister, one of my oldest sisters, in Manteca. I lived with her for during my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I did my therapy with in that same area, little Kaiser there in Manteca. So I lost my will to want to DJ again. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I still have my controller and everything, but my kids, my oldest son and my youngest son, told me, Dad, you got to keep doing it. That's
which
good therapy for you.
which
I
one
said,
did
all
I
right.
meet?
You met my oldest.
Okay.
He's actually my home therapist.
Okay.
So they inspired me to get back at this. And then seeing all the love from everybody else, all the DJs, all the friends, dude, you got to get back. You got to get back. So then I said, all right, I'll try it again. And here we are.
Man. So, how do you, there he is, DJ Prince Ice. What's up, homie?
You mean this guy?
Yeah, that guy right there. Let me get a closer picture of that. There it is. Bam.
Always with me, brother. Always with me. Always with me.
So now, how do you start back? You're already in therapy. How many days a week were you going to therapy?
I was doing therapy 4 days out of the week.
So 4 days out of the week. How do you start to get your mindset into wanting to DJ again? You have all the love, you have the inspiration, you have your kids. How do you in your mind start to say, I think I can do this, knowing you only have one hand now.
What I did is that before my stroke, I was recording my music, my mixes. So I went back to those files and started listening to them.
Okay.
And I started judging myself. It's like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I threw it in too early. I threw it in too late. So I said, you know what? Let me correct these. So I went back and redid all these mixes to see if I can do it.
Right.
And once I trusted that I can do it, I said, you know what? Let's do it. I had to
Man.
believe in myself before I can
Yeah.
believe in anything.
Really,
You know?
because I cannot imagine, going through something like that and even having the will or the want to DJ again, knowing that I'm not able to do what I used to do. So I'm assuming you had to change your whole style up. You had to, all the music is still in your head and knowing how to play, but just physically you're not able to do certain things that you used to do.
Yes.
Wow,
And the thing
man.
with me, is that if those that know me know that I didn't listen to the radio to try to steal anybody's mixes or anything like that. I was
Hmm.
inspired by listening to other people's mixes. It's just like DJs. I go out and support DJs when I was younger or when I
Hmm.
was healthier. I'll go out and support them. Not to put money in their pocket, that too, but to listen how they do their craft, how
Right.
they do this and how to, I learned from all these DJs.
Nice. So all these DJs on here now in the chat, they actually helped you or inspired you to get back into this thing. Now, I
Yes.
heard I heard you say a little bit ago they were Tony Valera. He told me a little bit of that story. Tony Valera was DJing on Instagram. Now, did you go there or did you just start watching them first?
I watched them on Instagram and following them and how they did things in their because like I said, I knew Valera from when I was younger,
Right.
listening to him on the radio. And like I said, all these DJs that are on here now all work together pretty much. The Prince Ices, the Alex Mejias, the Glenn Aries, they all work together.
Yeah.
Different radio stations, maybe the same radio stations, but they all work together. But the only person I've ever listened to was that I Miss Your Face guy, Valera.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
he listening to him because he was a lot of old school. He played a lot of old school stuff. So
right.
and his genre of music, his music crate is off the wall.
I know. I listened to him on Mixcloud.
I'm telling you, that guy is.
And
He's
Tony, you
phenomenal.
didn't know that, but I listened to you on Mixcloud. Man, so did eventually did I know they started going over to Twitch
Yeah.
and started DJing. Were you mentally ready to go and do that?
No, I wasn't ready for that yet. I was still, like I said, I was still trying to build my confidence to do that, to go live, because my thing was like, man, don't nobody want to see me. It's like I told you, I'm nobody. I'm
You did
nobody.
say that, and I said
And
you
and
are
and the only reason,
somebody.
and it's the only reason why I'm doing this interview because you said every DJ has a story.
Yeah.
I have a book, so
And your story is like I said, like I was telling you when we were talking offline, this is just inspiring to people who don't know when they do have ailments going on and they think they cannot do it. Just look at this episode and get inspiration from you DJing with one hand now. Luckily, your speech or your looks didn't change much. You're controlling everything with one hand. When did you finally get the confidence to say, I think I want to do this?
It was more of accepting,
Hmm.
because it took me a while to accept the fact that I'm like this. You know, I mean, it was a struggle. So every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'm still disabled. You know,
Yeah.
I'll go to sleep, and in my dream, I'm like, I get up walking, running, and then I wake up, nope, still in the same situation. So I had to accept the fact that I'm disabled, and
Hmm.
I just gotta go with whatever I have.
Yeah.
So by me doing that, and by the grace of our dear Lord, waking up every day is a blessing.
Yeah.
So waking up, setting my day, do some stretching, do some this, do some of that, turn on the computer, turn on the controllers, play
Hmm.
some music, and keep practicing. You
And
know,
keep practicing. Oh
and that's it.
man.
Keep
So
practicing.
so how long, you said 2016 is when the stroke actually happened. How long after that did you make that decision, I'm disabled, I'm gonna do this?
We're gonna go into my therapy, because
Okay.
that helped me out a lot.
Okay.
So
Tell
I
it.
got
Tell it.
I got into a huge depression, to where I
Hmm.
was crying myself to sleep every night. And like I said, I'm not embarrassed or afraid to say, hey, I cry. These guys
Right.
know I cry. You saw Tony Valera, don't cry. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, no, I would cry to sleep. I mean, I got to the point where my kids were feeling it more than I was,
Right.
because I would text them, and I went to the point where a lot of people don't know this, and I'll share it, because a stroke does not only just take your extremity of whatever affected side, it gets you up here.
Yeah.
And if you're not up here, this right here starts to go away.
Yep.
So my mental stage is that, man, I'm depressed. I was crying. And my son kept telling me, Dad, you got to get help. And I really didn't want to get help,
Hmm.
until I started feeling that, you know what? I got no place in this world. I started thinking like that, and texting my kids, I don't want to be here no more.
Mm.
I was thinking suicide.
Wow.
I was having those suicidal thoughts of like, man, I don't want to be like this anymore. So I went to a therapist finally, and in order for that it's going to work, is that you got to accept it, and make that effort for a therapist. Once you go into a therapy, that therapist that I spoke to, I'm telling you, once I spoke to that person, my shoulders, whew, everything just dropped. I
Mm.
felt so much better that day. That I said, you know what? She built my confidence. Said, you know what? You can do whatever you want. You just got to put this to it. You know,
Yep.
once you put this to it, your heart will follow that. Normally they say follow your heart, follow your heart. You know what? You can follow your heart, but if your mind's not there, that
Yep.
means nothing. You know, it means nothing. So I
Prince.
followed my thoughts, exactly what I wanted to do. And then the phone call from Tony Valero and brother Reese saying, "Hey, what do you need?" When them reaching out, and everybody on the DJ list, whatever they were doing, were saying things like, "Hey, come back, let's do it, let's do it. What do you need? What do you need?" Everybody offering something, that inspired me to go back and do it.
Yep. Man, that is so dope. Prince Ice is saying, he hopes you see how many fans you have out there, because it is a lot of
Yeah,
people just bigging up you in these comments. We love you.
I'm trying to keep
This.
up with them.
I know.
I'm trying to multitask, read the
Yeah.
comments, watch the game, and chat with you.
All right, focus on me first.
Yeah. So my brother OG Sumo Vibe is in the building.
Yeah.
Okay. 559 DJ Juice. That's another brother right there.
Yeah.
I love all these guys on here. I love Net
And they
Frankie, which
love
is
you too.
Jeanette. She's in here. She's one of my
Yes,
moderators.
man. So now jumping forward a little, you get the confidence, you start DJing. How are you doing this? I know it's with one hand, but how are you doing this? Did you mentally have to like, okay, this is how have to do this now?
So when I got back at it again, I set it up on the table, my kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
I set my stuff up, and I stood in a certain area, trying to position myself to where I can move something without my left hand touching anything else.
Right.
Because I can't feel my left side. Like I said, if my hand touches something, I don't know it's doing it unless I'm looking at it.
Right.
So I had to make sure I positioned okay, make sure I can do this, do that. So when I practice having it in a certain area, I started saying, okay, I think I can do this. So I went live on Twitch my first day. I had a nice little crowd that was there on the chat.
Now,
That was
when
there.
was this? Your first day you going back live?
I
when
went
was
live
this?
just a little bit over a year ago.
Wow.
Over a
So
year ago.
you're talking almost excuse me, you're talking almost 5 years after you had the stroke to when you're going live now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Through all the battles, through all the depression, through all the I don't know if I can do this. And this is what I wanted everybody to see, that, and that's why I thought your story was so inspiring. Man, I'm getting a little choked up here too.
Yeah, no, it's and I, before I go further, I want to just say I know my sisters are not on here,
Mm-hmm.
but my older sister that I did my therapy at her house, and my younger sister, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do this. Because they pushed me. They said, bro, you can't do this. You got to get your ass up and go.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story of that is that I didn't walk out the hospital. I was wheeled out in a wheelchair. So when I got into my sister's car and I got off the wheelchair, I told my sister, give me 1 week. I am not using this wheelchair. Give me one
Mm.
week. 1 week came, no wheelchair. I'm using a Hemi walker. And then I told my therapist, give me 1 week. I'm not going to use a Hemi walker. I'll use a cane. Got into a cane. So every time I put myself that's where this comes from. Comes in
Right.
effect is that I set my goals on my mind to this. You can't have this.
Right.
I don't rely on wheelchairs. I don't rely on my cane. I try to walk without any help, but I'm not afraid to ask for it either.
Good.
And that was
Good.
me before. I didn't want to ask for help because you know what? I got here. I'm gonna do it the way I think I could do it. You know,
Yep.
let me try to do it. Let me try to do it. Because if you enable me, I'm gonna rely on it.
Right. Tony Tony is saying we need a group hug. Oh man,
Yeah.
yes, inspiration. Yes, this is, and that's why I wanted to bring you on, bro, because it is just amazing. And now, you do your first live stream. How did it feel to know you got love from all your people there, Jeff, Tony, Prince Ice, all of them?
So when my live stream ended, computer went down, feed went off, fist pump in the air. I felt like Pauly D, right? My son next to me was like, Dad, you did good. And
Ah.
I'm like, damn, that felt good. He goes, you gonna do it again? Hell no. But that's when Tony Valero and Prince Ice and everybody else came along. We got to have you on the mix. We got to have you on the show.
Yeah.
My first raid train was with the mix and the show. I'm like, oh man, really? I got to go on there? I said, all right, let's go. So little by little, I started building more and more confidence. I mean, I'm still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
I still have some little mishaps, but you know what? Hey, we got DJs on Twitch that weren't DJs.
Yep.
Like BTP Media says, Jeff, just a whole bunch of button pushers.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Edmund is saying mindset makes the difference, and that mindset is what got you where you are, bro. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. And I know ooh, once you do set your mind to stuff, that stuff I do believe, things happen. Once you put it out in the universe, things happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, and I will tell this to Alex. I spoke to Alex Mejia one day at an event that they did for me before I moved out here to Arizona. He said, "You're an inspiration," and I said, "You know what? I don't want to be an inspiration. I want to be a reason why you got to take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you might end up like me." I said, "You don't want to end up like me because it's a struggle. It's not easy, you know." Recovery is longer than expected as for some certain people that have strokes. Some people
Yeah.
recover right away, some people don't. Mine's actually 6 years, but I still have hope.
Right.
I still have hope. And that's one thing that I would never give up. I would never give up on hope. I have my faith. I have my trust. I just got to believe. And I believe I can
Yep.
get this and get this done.
Yep. And I know it wasn't like that at the beginning, because you had to change that mindset, like Edmund was saying. But now that you have, you cannot. You got a whole slew of people here that won't let you.
Exactly. And I'm totally grateful for that. Having this love and people believing that I can do it makes me believe more in myself.
Yes.
And the most inspiration that I get is from my kids. I mean, my kids will tell me, "Dad, come on." I go bowling at least once a month, and I'm like, "Man, I can't bowl. I gotta carry the ball and then walk." The first day I did it, I'm like, "Oh shoot, I can do this." Because I used to love bowling, so now I go once a
Right.
month, and I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm working on it." It's good therapy as well,
Yes.
because you're not only are you bowling, but you're trusting your left side to carry the weight. So I'm walking. My whole thing was like, man, I don't want to throw the ball and then accidentally fall and then slide. Right. So
Like one of them cartoons.
exactly. So I started trusting on that, go bowl. I started doing things that I wasn't doing during those 6 years, these 6 years. I was afraid when I had my stroke and I came home, I didn't go out. I didn't go out to functions. I didn't go out to parties because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I didn't want people to look at me. Because we all look at people when we go to restaurants and we see how they are. They're
Yeah.
living and you're wondering what got them that way, blah blah. I didn't want people looking at me, and that was part of the part where it's the embarrassment, being shameful,
Yeah.
ashamed. I said, but once I get out and didn't care what anybody thought or what they were looking at, I told my son, if all these people that are looking at me want to ask me something, ask me. I'll let you know. So I had one lady one day. I went to a restaurant. She goes, "Big accident?" I'm like, "Nope." I said, "I wish it was. It's a stroke." I said, "Oh, I didn't know." I said, "Yeah, yep." See, people start assuming things like they
Yeah.
got into a car crash or this and that. Nah, don't be
For
afraid to
real.
ask anybody.
Yep. Man. You just getting mad love every time somebody writes something. It is just love, hearts, prayer signs, everything, bro. It is. I am
I love
just
those guys, man. I
too
love those guys.
too glad. So now, what is next for DJ Don Julio?
What?
Where we're at the time of this interview, we're at the end of closer to the end of the year, 2022, going into 2023. Where are you looking to take this at now?
So when I moved out here to Arizona, I told my sister, my older brother, they asked me when are we going to see you again? I said the next time you see me, I'll be running.
Nice.
They're like, okay, we're going to hold you to that. I said, no, you better not say it may not happen. But that's
Mm.
my mission. My mission is to run. The feeling of my hand and my left side, that's gone. The movement will come back. The feeling will not.
Okay.
That nerve is shot. But the movement of my hand and my arm, I'll be able to get back. It could be another year.
Right.
But my mission is to be able to run. That's just it. I want to run. That's
Definitely.
it. So that's my mission.
All right. And that's a personal thing with your
Myself.
physical.
Yeah.
What's one of the goals you have for your DJing?
I want to continue doing it and having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
When we're on Twitch, it was fun. It's fun sometimes, but there's times when it's like, you know what? It's not fun no more because
Mm.
every DJ on Twitch now is competing with each other, and that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
I hear DJs saying DJ supporting other DJs. I say this, that's full of crap.
Mm-hmm.
You want to support a DJ? You go into that DJ's channel and tell him, hey, hi, how are you? That's it. That's how you support a DJ.
Yeah.
You don't you
Easy.
don't you don't you don't degrade them. You don't stop listening to them just because they have 1,000, 3,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
All that follower crap, I don't believe in. Go to 1,000, go to 2,000. You know what my goal is? Goal is to get into a better health.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I can care less about that little 1,000 thing on the corner. You know, my goal is
Uh-huh.
to be better.
Yeah. And people do take that a little serious. People ask me all the time, how could I help? One of the ways, and some of you guys in the chat too, one of the ways is just to subscribe to my YouTube channel and
Yeah,
listen to other DJs' stories.
exactly,
This is
exactly.
episode 94. So, bro.
Can you
and
give
and
me a minute to turn on my light?
yes.
It'll take it'll take me 30 minutes. I'm kidding.
But this was such an inspirational interview that I wanted to do for everybody, just to bring him on. And I know he's got so many supporters: Jeff, Tony Valera, Edmund, Bobby Bell, Tommy, the real Thai Tiger. It's just a slew of you guys. And Jeanette, 559 Juice, all of you guys are just like, very supporters of him. And bro, I don't know if you need that support like that anymore, but you have it permanently.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you like I told everybody else sometimes. My brother DJ Blade, my brother Tony Valera. My phone is not just for phone calls.
Right.
I take the time out of my time to contact every single person in my contacts with a message every month, once a month.
Yep.
I just reach out to them. I want to check up on them.
Yep.
You don't have to call. You don't have to contact me back. But I just want you to know that there's somebody else outside of your family that cares about you. So by
Yep.
me doing that, it brings ease to me.
Yes.
You know,
I do the same thing, bro. I reach out to people. I have my people that I grew up with. I have my military people and the people that I've met in the last 15 years every couple of weeks. And it's a selfish therapy for me knowing that you're doing well and I have your number now. So I'll be reaching out to you, just checking up
likewise,
on you periodically, you know?
likewise. And
Ah,
I've told this to I said this to brother Reese. He called me and I said, dude, I got your phone number now. He goes, yeah, lock me in. I said, I'm gonna tell you right now. I send messages at the end of the month. You're gonna be getting one. He goes, oh, go ahead, send it in. So now if I don't send a message, I get a message back.
yes. Hey, you all right?
I haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? You see what I
Yes.
mean? You see what I mean? That I
Tony
reached
said, you
out
never
to you
called
for a
me.
reason. And
Yes.
now you're getting it. You're getting it. Why I did it. I'm checking up on you, just like you should be checking up on everybody else. You know?
Yeah.
Once in
Tony
a while
Tony said,
I'll
you
get
never
somebody
called me.
replying, are you okay? Everything okay?
Yeah.
You all right? I said, I ain't dying, damn it. I'm just reaching out to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah. uh, Michael is saying that daily group text
Oh, that's
when you
hilarious.
him and Valera.
So he wanted me to say something, and I'm like, I can't say it, man. We're on a live chat. So I'm trying to remember what it was. I think Valera knows about it. So it's a thing between us three, but it's funny as heck. Oh, I got it. It's screw them. But
Uh-huh.
there's another word for it. It rhymes with Chuck.
Yeah.
You get it? So screw them. So instead of screw them, you take that word out and put that one in.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, those guys, man. I'm telling you, all these DJs that I've have not met personally, but I feel I've known for many years.
Yes.
Like Prince Ice, I've never met Prince Ice. I finally met Mike Padilla, 559 DJ Juice, and Tony Vera before I moved out.
Wow.
Jeanette, that's on here. Jeanette Chavez, I DJ'd all her events, her family functions, her birthday party, anniversaries, her kid's birthday, daughter-in-law's birthday, stuff like that. I was their family personal DJ.
Wow. Nice.
And like I told you on the phone, I didn't DJ for any clout chasing, stuff like that. I
Yeah.
did it for love. I did it for the love of music. I'll get friends that are asking, can you DJ my birthday party? And be like, yeah. How much are you going to charge me? I say, a bottle Don Julio.
Mm.
And it was like, I may sound cheap, but there's a reason why I did it.
Yes.
Because
Hell.
not only am I playing for the alcohol, but I'm also going to get more context by the way I play with the people that are there attending it.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I got more business doing that than just overpricing this and that. Nah.
Mm-hmm. You got another one, DJ Eddie OG.
Oh, that's
He
my
said
hermano right there.
he been listening on YouTube. He loves you. Like everybody just loves you, bro.
Yeah, DJ AOG. I DJ some gigs with him.
Mm.
We go way back. I mean, we did side by side DJing stuff.
We gotta get him on.
Outside functions.
We gotta get him on.
Yeah, that's another guy.
So let me ask you, it's about this DJ interview. What
Uh-huh.
do you think about the show? And this is strictly for DJs because I think DJs don't get the recognition and get to tell their stories like everybody else. So what do you think about something like this?
I think what you're doing is amazing. And Jeff from BTP Media, he always
Yes.
sends me when you're interviewing somebody. I may not be in the chat, but I'm listening. I'm hearing
Okay.
it.
Thank
I
you.
subscribe to it, you know. I get the alerts,
Thank
you
you.
know. But I think what you're doing is awesome because you're bringing out different DJs that a lot of people never heard of, you know,
Right.
and you're hearing their story and what they did,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
In
and
different
what they're
parts
doing.
of the country, different
Exactly.
different parts of the states. I had a guy from Canada. I'm getting ready to interview a lady from London and another guy from the UK. So we taking this worldwide.
That's beautiful. And that's beautiful. Keep doing it. Like I
Yeah.
said, you share it on Instagram. I'll repost it. You know, I'll promote you that way because the way we help each other
Yes.
is by reposting people's things. You know,
Yep.
and I've always done that with any DJ. I may not know them, but I'll repost it. Even small businesses, I'll support your small business. I
Right.
may not go to it, but I'm gonna support it by reposting it.
Yep.
We got to help each other out. You know.
Definitely. So, as we start wrapping this up, you want to give anybody a shout out that you didn't give already?
Well, definitely want to give a shout out to OG Sumo Vibe, my brother DJ Eddie OG, Tony Valera, DJ Prince Ice, DJ Blade. He goes by the name of Mike Padilla, TJ Fillmore, Steph One Love, DJ 415, DJ War Wise, DJ Brother Reese, DJ Double Barrel Daryl,
Mm,
DJ Glenn Ari, The Real Ty Tiger, Mama Esther, my sisters, little sister, older sister, my brother, but most importantly, my sons,
yes,
Julio Jr. and Joey. Those
man.
guys, those are my inspiration.
Yes.
All these DJs in the chat, they're just DJs. But I love these brothers, man. Bobby Bell, that's another guy right there. Bobby Bell, man, that's Fresno. That's Fresno. Bobby Bell, 559 DJ Juice. They live in Fresno and they play out there. So,
Okay. Yeah, we
but
gotta
great,
we gotta
great
get them
guys,
on. We'll
great
get it
guys.
hooked up, guys. If you're good with coming on and doing an interview, we'll bring you on and get this thing going. But how do people reach you?
They can follow me on Instagram at DJ Don Julio 22, or they can follow me on Facebook at DJ Don Julio De La Cruz. I'm also on TikTok, DJ Don
Ah.
Julio 22. Just started that, you know. Maybe do
Nice.
some live streams on that, you know.
Yeah, in the future, yeah.
Yeah, I got to build
Man,
that follower there. Not too
yes.
many people know me, you know. So
What I love about y'all's group is you guys support each other. And I want this thing to spread to, other DJ groups and just helping each other out. Not like, he sucks and I would never do nothing with them. Y'all look out for each other. So I
yeah,
definitely appreciate that. Thank you again, Jeff, for hooking
BTP
this
Media.
up. BTP Media. I got a shirt over in my closet.
Mine too. I was debating: do I wear that or do I wear
Yeah, I
this?
was gonna
I
wear
said,
it,
nah,
but
I'm gonna wear this. You know, I'll support those guys later on. You know.
yeah, but definitely thank you, bro.
No,
We
I
will
thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you reaching out and asking me to do this. You know, for me, that's
yes,
an honor.
yeah,
The biggest blessing is having you asking me to do this. You know, and I appreciate that. That I can share my story,
yes.
small or big. You know, if I
And
can
that's what
share light, if I can share light in somebody else's life,
yes.
I'm here for it. You know, I'm here for it.
That's what I want to do with this show. We're all getting older, and a lot of us DJs have never told their story because nobody's banging on their door to interview a DJ. It's always the MC or the producer or somebody else, but
Yeah.
not the DJ. And that's why I wanted to do this. But thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You know, one last time before we go, give DJ Don Julio a shout out in the chat one more time. Ah, man, this was just so inspirational, bro. And we will
I love
definitely,
everybody that's in here in the chat. I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening.
yes.
I love you guys with all my heart, and understand that the word love doesn't mean I'm in love with you. It means love out of respect. So don't think that, hey, I'm here for your love, you know? I love you guys, man. I love every single body in here.
Well, stay
Woman,
on.
you know?
Mhm. Yes.
I love everybody. Glenn Ari, love you, brother. Tony
Yes.
Valera, love you, man.
And it's
We all
just
we got. That's all. We all we got.
thank you, Tommy. Thank you. He said amazing interview. Man,
Thank you.
that's the wife right there. Big up. She says awesome. I think she's gonna love you soon.
She can follow me on Twitch, DJ Don Julio 22.
Great interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We love you. Amazing. Oh man. So before I start to cry, we're gonna close this out. Just stay on here with me and we'll close this out. This is Harry the Big Dog with the DJ interview. We are here every week on Tuesday, 8 p.m. ish Eastern time. We appreciate all of you watching and supporting all these episodes. When I get to episode 100, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it should be big. So big up everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Make sure you guys subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that subscription button.
Yes, on YouTube.
Follow him. Follow him on Twitch, on Instagram.
Yes, the DJ interview.
The DJ interview. Let's go.